Like this is like the perfect lip combo. Hi you guys, welcome back to the Clean Beauty Code. I'm so excited for this video because we're talking what's on my face today. We are talking new makeup. This Vampy lip is everything and I'm obsessed with it. I would love to know what you think down below before you even know what products I use. Let me know down below. And we have a bunch of fun new products and I feel like this is a good start. The first new products video of 2025, I feel like we started it really well. I would love to know down below what new products are you excited about or you want to try or hoping to see. Let me know down below. I would also love to know, now that we're officially in 2025, I would love to know what, if any, if you have any resolutions or goals that you set for yourself. I'm not a big resolutions person just because I don't really keep them and I'm not great, unless it's like dry Jan or something like that. I'm not great at keeping resolutions in general. So I try to do like little goals, stuff that feels really manageable. That's what I like to do, but I would love to know down below if you have anything that you always kind of focus on at the beginning of the year or goals you have for the end of the year. Let me know down below. I love to hear from you guys. And yeah, I just want to jump into this video and get started. So if you're excited for this video and more videos like this, then please like and subscribe. And without further ado, let's get into this full face of new makeup. New makeup, let's jump right in. I'm excited. Sorry if I'm still sounding a little nasally. I'm still a little bit stuffy. Let's jump right in. First things first, I actually already did my eyebrows just because we don't have a new eyebrow product. Now I'm going to go on with foundation before we go on with our new concealer. I'm going to go on with this one from Westman Atelier, and I'm just going to stripe it on my face. This is the shade X in their foundation stick. And I just like to stripe it on my face. I feel like that's a pretty good shade match for me right now. And then I'm just gonna blend it out with this brush. I already prepped my face with face cream probably about 20-ish minutes ago, maybe 25 minutes ago. So I let everything melt in and now we're just gonna blend this out. Foundation's blended. Now we're going to go on with our new concealer product, and it is this one from Kosas. It's their new color corrector. I believe it's called Revealer Extra Bright Serum Powered Color Corrector, and I got the shade Fantasy, which I believe, wait, is it Fantasy? Yeah, Fantasy, which I believe is their more, I'm going to put the shades on the screen. I did struggle for a second to know which shade to pick, but I do feel like I did a good job because you want the color corrector. It's not going to fully blend into your skin. You do want it to kind of like counterbalance the like blue, purple, whatever undertones you have under your eyes. So we're gonna do a little, I should move my hair out of my face. We're gonna do just a little bit. I find with this a little bit goes a long way. So we're gonna apply it just here. Just apply it where I need the most concentration. This is kind of like a peachy tone. It's not super orange, which I really like for color correctors. Now with this formula and with the original formula for their concealer, I find you can let it sit for a little bit. I'm going to let this sit for 30 seconds, then we're going to blend it out. So give me 30 seconds and we'll be right back. Okay, it's been 30 seconds, so I'm going to blend it out with this beauty sponge, and I'm going to kind of focus mainly on the area that I need the most kind of color correcting, and then spread it out. Color corrector is blended. What do you guys think of the shade I chose, the coverage, all of that? I do like the amount of kind of color correcting it does under my eyes. What I will say about this formula, a little bit goes a long way. Do not over apply this because just like with the Revealer concealer for my under eyes, I can only obviously share for my under eyes, I do get some creasing and more than I would like. So I don't over apply this. I also like to let it sit. Again, that avoids creasing as well. And I don't really get the same amount of running with my mascara as I do with the Revealer concealer, but if I don't set this, I can get some running on some days depending on how I prep my under eyes, so that's just something to take note of. Anyways, I digress. Now I want to go on top with a concealer. We're going to go with the Sarah Creole one. And I'm going to just apply. I'm not going to this is also a concealer. I don't like to over apply. And I'm going to let this sit again for about a minute. This one I can even let sit for like 2 minutes. The shade I have is a shade 5, I believe. Oh my gosh. I need writing on the bottoms of things to be bigger. Yeah, the shade 5. So again, I'm going to let this sit for about a minute. Then we're going to blend that out. And then we're going to move on to the rest of the makeup and the rest of the new products. It's been about a minute, so we're going to blend it out. I'm going to use this concealer brush. And again, I'm just going to kind of focus exactly where I placed the color corrector. Concealers blended. What do you guys think of the under eyes and how they're looking and all of that? These two products, the Sarah Creole and the Kosas color corrector, work really well together, which I really love. I've used this color corrector with a few concealers and it's played really well with them as long as I do not over apply it. And I feel like people tend to over apply color corrector and then it gets a little bit crazy. This one, if you don't over apply it, you should be good to go. Anyways, I digress. Now we're going to go on with a bronzer. It's not a new bronzer, but I'm going to use the CL bronzer, and I wear the shade 3, I believe. Yeah, the shade 3 tan, and I applied it to the back of my hand, and I'm going to take this brush here. It's the Heavenly Luxe number 7, and I'm going to kind of bronze up my face. Are bronzed up. Now I'm going to go on with a blush, and we're going to go on with the Victoria Beckham Beauty blush in the shade Mini Skirt. I'm going to apply a little bit to the back of my hand, and then we're going to go on with a new highlighter. So I'm going to take this blush brush here, which is my current just obsession of life. This is the Hourglass blush brush. It's the number 15. Yeah, the 15, and I'm going to dip in, and we're going to very lightly build. I say lightly, and I already feel like I'm going to over apply it, but we're kind of I'm going to hold the brush towards the back because this is a pigmented blush, as you can tell. So I'm just going to kind of build up the cheeks. I love this shade. It's just such a pretty rosy tone. Is on. Now we're going to move on to our new highlighter, and it is this one from Westman Atelier. I got the shade Nectar. I feel like I made that up. That feels like I made up. Oh no, Nectar. And I got a mini one because I feel like with highlight you use very little, so it's nice to have just a mini. But this is the shade. It's very pretty. It's like a pinky tone, but it isn't. Do you see that sheen right there? Look at that. It's so freaking pretty. And what I like to do with this is I like to just take my finger and kind of tap it out and kind of warm it up with my finger. Look how stunning that is. It is so pretty. It is one that I do like to wear on no makeup days, and it is also one that I like to wear kind of with other highlights because I like my highlight a little bit amped up more when I am going like full send with my makeup. But I really like this, and it layers nicely on top of other makeup products. I don't find, at least, that it makes makeup patchy when you lay it on top, which is really nice. I do want to add a little bit on my nose and then on the tip of my nose. Look how pretty that is, just on the tip of the nose. I love the look of that. It's just so nice. Anyways, I digress. Now we're going to move on to the eyes. We have a new mascara, but before we go on with the mascara, we're going to take the bronzer that we used, and we are going to apply it to our lid. Then I'm going to take a little bit on this brush and pull it on my lower lash line. Now I do want to set my T-zone with a little bit of powder, so I'm going to take the Amicole translucent powder, and I'm just going to set my T-zone. Okay, now we're going to move on to our new mascara, and this one I was really excited about, the Haus Labs mascara. I'm not going to curl my lashes or anything. I really want you guys to see how it wears without like lash curl or mascara or anything like that, so you can really see what it does to the lashes. I was very, very intrigued to try this. So this is the mascara. The brush really intrigued me because it kind of had that a little bit of an hourglass shape, which always kind of really intrigues me and reminds me of a lot of mascaras that I love. And I'm going to do one eye first, then we're going to compare it to the other one so you can really see. Now, this mascara, I do find when I first started using it, I found it to be a little dry, not like too dry, but it was a little bit dry at first. But then once I actually used it, like day 2, I didn't find that to be the case. So I think it was just, I was used to other mascaras that were a little bit more on the wet side, but this is really nice and it's not too dry, and so it's not going to crumble. All right, that's one coat of mascara on this side versus no mascara on this side. We're going to go in with a second coat. All right, and that's 2 coats on this side, nothing on this side. What do you guys think? It gives a really nice fluttery, kind of wispy-ish looking lash, which I really, really enjoy. And what I like about this formula is even if I let it sit maybe a little bit longer than I wanted to before I go on with the second coat, it doesn't clump. I don't know how to explain it. At least on my lashes, I don't really have an issue with clumping if I wait too long, which I feel like a lot of people struggle with mascaras in general. Anyways, so again, 2 coats, no mascara. I'm going to go on with 2 coats on this side, and then we're going to move on to the new lip products. Okay, so that's 1 coat on this side, 2 on this side, just so you can kind of see how it layers up. Now I'm going to go in with the second coat on this side. And with this mascara, I don't find I have to clean the wand off, which is nice, because sometimes when I don't clean the wand off, and by that I mean scrape excess product off, I get running. With this formula, I don't have that, which is really nice because it's just one less thing to think about. And that's 2 coats on both sides. What do you guys think? I really like this mascara. I like the way that it makes my lashes look. I like the way that it holds a curl. I like the way that it doesn't like flake on me, even though it's a drier formula, which is what makes me nervous about dry formulas in general, is I do get more flaking with drier formulas. With this one, I don't find that. I feel like it gives me a really nice wispy lash. On this side, we're having like a lash situation, so we're kind of waiting for some lashes to grow back in because I accidentally pulled them out a while ago. So we're still in the regrow phase, but I feel like both sides look really, really good. And I find that with this mascara, I don't have running, even when I put mascara on my bottom lashes, especially if I set my concealer. If I don't set my concealer, I get just like the teensiest bit, like just kind of my average right here on the end, a little bit of mascara by the end of the day, but I don't feel like I have a ton of running. And in general, I know everyone's lashes are different and everyone's under eyes are different, but in general, I do get some running just on average with most mascaras, except my favorites. And this one is one that I'm surprised with how little running I get, because I do have weepy eyes, I have allergies, I've been sick. So and it's cold and windy in the northeast of the US, and I don't feel like I'm weeping or anything or looking crazy. I would love to know your thoughts. Anyways, I digress. I've talked about that enough. Now let's move on to lips, and we have a new liquid lipstick, and it is from Pound Cake. Now I've reviewed their liquid lipsticks before. They actually had sent me all of their reds, so I did like a full try on of those, and I'll probably link that video somewhere, either at the end or somewhere, so you can still watch that if you're interested. But now we're trying out the brown, because they came out with a bunch of browns. So I'm gonna actually do a little swatch on the back of my hand for you. So this is the shade I got, and I don't actually think I said the shade name, which would be helpful. I got the shade Rum, and these have a very vanilla cake scent to them, but it's not, it doesn't linger for too long or anything. What I will say is, just like the reds, I do find that this, I only have one shade of this, but I do find that this stains. So that's something to note. So when if you're overdrawing or doing anything like that, just remember that. And I'm gonna just line my lips with this. Lips are lined. Now I'm not gonna dip back in. I find that there is enough product on the wand that you don't have to dip in a ton, which is nice. I'm just going to apply a light layer. I don't like to over apply this type of formula because it is a little bit more of a whipped style formula. If you've ever used the Kim K formula of her liquid lipsticks, the like velvety ones, it reminds me of that. So I'm not going to apply too much product because then I feel like it can get a little messy. So that is the shade Rum. It's very vampy. I really like this shade. It's pulling a little bit more red in the monitor than it is looking in person. So I'm going to take a screenshot. By screenshot, I mean picture of it on my lips so that you can see the true color, because it is a little bit more neutral. It still has some red in it, but it's not quite as red. Love to know down below, what do you think of the shade? This is so pretty. I am a really big fan of this, and it dries down. So it does dry down. It isn't like a true, like really intense, doesn't budge, dries out your lips, liquid lipstick, which I really like because I, in general, have dry lips. However, it does kind of dry down, if that makes sense. It's just not quite as intense as a kind of a more traditional style matte liquid lipstick. Now I want to show you, I still have this on the back of my hand. I want to wipe it off with this napkin here, just so you can see the staining. Do you see that? Let me make sure I get it all off. That is crazy. Look at that. It really does. It like the pigment stains, and the reds I found the same. Like I really need to go in with like a cleansing balm or whatever to remove it all. But yeah, that is what is kind of left on the back of my hand. Now on top of this, I want to go on top with a new Ami Colé lip oil that I don't think I've tried on camera for you guys. And it's this one here in the shade Romance. Doesn't that just look like, look how pretty these look together. I feel like this is like the perfect lip combo. So we're gonna do them together just because, why not? And I'm going to just, look how pretty. I'm gagged. I mean, the Vampy Lips of Dreams. Look at this shade. Let me take a picture of it just so you can see it too, because I feel like it's pulling a little red again in the monitor. It is just absolutely stunning. This shade is so pretty. Let me show you the shade just on the back of my hand so you can kind of see. It's a very pretty kind of berry tone. I'm just obsessed. And the combination, you cannot go wrong. What do you guys think of the lip? Let me know down below. And yeah, that's it for this video. That's it for this new makeup video, first one of 2025. I would love to know down below if you guys have like resolutions or anything like that that you made. Let me know down below. I love to hear from you guys and what your goals are and all of that. And yeah, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.